Their syllabus in the Kenyan politics is moving at a very high speed. And if anyone, any politician, any leader is not keen to follow up everything that is going on in and around William Ruto's government, he or she will be left hanging. That person, or rather among the people who are going to be left hanging, one of them is the serving Deputy President Kithure Kindiki. Kithure Kindiki has seen all the signs that is not wanted in William Ruto's government, especially after the Olkalau by-election. That election, it accelerated everything, and now everyone in UDA does not want Kindiki as the Deputy President. Now today, the Matungulu Member of Parliament, Stephen Mule, has warned Kithure Kindiki and told him to look around, see what is happening in William Ruto's government. Let him see what happened to Rigathi Gachagua, how it started, how they started branding him that he's smelling like a wild animal because they wanted to spear him. He is next. So he is asking Kithure Kindiki to make sure he has resigned from William Ruto before being ousted. You know, being removed is so shameful and also it draws attention. But if Kithure Kindiki resigns himself, quits the William Ruto's government, everything will turn to normalcy within a minute. This is not the first man or the first leader to point out anything about Kithure Kindiki and asking Kithure Kindiki to resign. He is not the first person to warn Kithure Kindiki. Kindiki has been warned. In fact, in the dailies today, yesterday, they are talking about Kithure Kindiki, saying that there is a man on the going because he will go. William Ruto does not need him anymore because in Mount Kenya, they've already made a decision. I want you to listen to this video of Stephen Mule. Then afterwards, we will talk about it. Now, that is a Stephen Mule, a member of parliament from Matungulu. And those who don't know, Matungulu is found in, actually Matungulu, it's found in Machakos County. That is someone who is in one-term battalion. So they are requesting Kithure Kindiki to avoid being shamed by William Ruto to do the necessary and quit William Ruto's camp. Ruto would have allowed Kindiki to deputize him if Kindiki would promise to bring some people into voting for him, to bring the vote of Mount Kenya. But as it stands, the former impeached Rigathi Gachagua has managed to bring the mountain to a standstill. He has managed to bring the people of Mount Kenya together. Today, the governor Nyandarua, by the name Kiari Badilisha, joined DCP party. The Kiambu governor Wamatangi equally is headed to DCP, but is telling Rigathi Gachagua that if he joins DCP as at now, he's been threatened by William Ruto to be arrested. So he's holding his horses, at least for now. That tells you that Mount Kenya is solidly behind DCP party, and the DCP has made its position that it will never support William Ruto.
Mr. Fireman, Deputy
so this happens
President,
They make William Ruto want to force Kindiki to resign almost immediately. He needs to have a deputy governor, a deputy president who can help get votes from his region. ODM as a party have given conditions to William Ruto that he wants their support. They need to get the slot as the deputy president. They need to present their own to be the deputy of the deputies, William Ruto. And equally they want a half of the government. So according to Stephen Mule, unless Kithure Kindiki comes from ODM, that is the only time or the only way he can remain to be the deputy president. So he's telling him to resign from his position because he is not wanted. But logically, if you were the president, rather if I was the president, I understand that Kithure Kindiki can never bring me even 100 votes from his region, that is Mount Kenya. I rather have someone from Lowland. I rather have someone from ODM, even if he comes from a western part. As far as he can promise me to bring me around 6, rather, let me say even 1 million votes, that is understandable. So it is true, Kithure Kindiki is going home. There is no sane politician who can be, with the Kithure Kindiki, and yet he knows that Kithure Kindiki has no votes. He can never bring votes from Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya is low, and they want nothing to do with William Ruto.
So, Bwana Kindiki,
recently, it is merged that he was removed from key position where he was heading the inter-government institutions and sectors, but he declined, saying that is fake news. He denounced that, saying that is fake news. The following day, he presented himself so strong that, he's with William Ruto, wakachukua picha to delude the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya can see miles ahead of Kithure Kindiki. Maybe ako kwa system sana hadi agundui kwamba hatakiwi pale. The fact remains that before December, Kithure Kindiki should not be in that position. And you know what will happen? They will not impeach Kithure Kindiki because time is not on our side. Election is the next year. So Kithure Kindiki will not be impeached, but he will be forced to resign. He will be forced to resign. And whatever Rigathi Gachagua said recently is now making sense. Rigathi Gachagua said before he was impeached, they tried to poison him. They tried it in Kisumu, it failed. They tried it at home, it failed. Yeah, it reached a point when, President William Ruto was serving food. He could not serve second. He could serve either 6th or 7th because he never wanted them to take his life. That is when they resorted to impeachment. So for Kithure Kindiki, who seems to be green, not to understand that William Ruto does not want him, he might end up being deleted in any way, either being forced to resign or in any other way, in any other way. So Stephen Mule's statement to Kindiki, it is because, Kithure Kindiki rejoins opposition, the earlier it becomes to send William Ruto home. That is the analogy. So they want him to join opposition because he's not wanted anyway. And it's known. Uliona pale Gachagua akisema bwana huyu Stephen Kalonzo ameanza kumsumbua, achana tu na yeye. Ile makombora yote, the missiles, stop directing them to Kithure Kindiki, and the people stopped. That tells you something. Stephen Mule is saying that Kithure Kindiki is being forced to resign. I don't know how it happens, how it will happen, but anyway, I know you have your opinion too. Write in the comment section. I shall be replying to each and every comment. Maybe it can form a basis of whatever we're going to talk about in the next video.